Hey, I'm glad to be back with you again. I didn't get the Donald Trump in like I wanted to on time. Please forgive me. I bought a headset. I understand that if you listen to yourself talk, you do a better job communicating, and that's what I want to do with you folks. But anyway, I listened to the speech yesterday, CPAC speech, and I was looking for a couple different things. Is President Trump going to change his style just a little bit? Even though I'm a supporter of his, he did offend a lot of people. And I did not hear much reference to the past election. Um, I never thought it was stolen at the ballot. I don't think he got a fair deal, but he didn't go into that too much. He looked at the future, and he started instead to give opponents silly names, even though they might be accurate. What he's doing now is he's giving events a funny name, like all this stuff that Democrats want to do. I read an article about American people don't believe in a tooth fairy and um, Easter bunny when they promise the things, and he's calling it April Fool's Day. And he started talking about electric cars. He's got a friend that has an electric car, and this friend is flabbergasted, disappointed. He has to wait 2.5 hours to charge his car. This guy said he couldn't find his charger. They gave you a portable one when you rent a car. And but I do think that these cars will improve, and I think electric cars, there's a need for it now, and there'll be a better need as these cars become better. There's nothing we can't do as Americans. Now, speaking of that, he talks about we've got to get this country moving again, looking forward, not backwards like he had this sometimes. We got to build back bigger and better, and we can. I don't care whether you're talking about the highways. Our school system is a great way to start. Teachers are not doing their jobs, and this is my opinion. They're teaching wacko theories, and if they get into these some minor details like English, mathematics, civics, they've turned the schools into an election platform or a indoctrination center, and that is wrong, and that's my opinion. I talked about the elections, and I'm going to skip a little bit on this because my typing is not that good. But he talked about the election securities. It has to be done better. And what he wants is the election to be done the same day, and the candidates, the winner, to be announced in the same day. And he mentioned France. France has 37 million people, and they got their election finished by 10, 11 o'clock at night on a regular basis. And he used another example, Carrie Lake. I voted for Carrie. From Phoenix. I thought she was just what our state needed. But they encourage people to go out and vote on election day. I think the rationalization would be that they figured that's the best way to get an honest election. But what happened? Voting machines went down. They come out and fixed them, and they worked worse after they worked on them. People stood in the hot sun. It gets 100 and some degrees down there for 4, 5, 6, and 7 hours to vote. We can fix it. We should fix it. And the president has promised when he returns to office, not if, when, he will fix it with the governors. And he used one thing: we need to become ballot masters at ballot harvesting. But he says do it the legal way. I don't mean it's moral. It just means it's legal. And we need to fight the Democrats fire with fire. They're very good at sticking together. I mean, if you have 100 senators, or not 100, if you have 50 Democratic senators and 200 Republicans, if one tells a lie, they will all agree to it. They stick together. He was talking about building a new freedom cities and challenged the governors to join him. I got him a little bit out of context, but what he's saying is we need to make America not only great, but beautiful. And we need to tear down woke memorials to communists on public buildings. If it's your land, your ranch, your farm, then I support your privilege to put anything that you want on there as long as they don't endanger the public. But we should be naming our schools after great patriots, great Americans, blacks, whites, all color, all backgrounds. But we need to put real heroes on those buildings. And I repeat, real, honest to goodness heroes. How do you define it? Person that you stand in awe with, and a person that you would love so much if they'd come over and have dinner and spend the evening with you. That's a real American hero. By the way, now Fox did not show the audience um, when they would stand up. He paid recognition to people. I understand there was lines of people standing. If you're wondering where that is held, that's right off the Beltway. But I think the first exit we crossed the Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge. I've been over many times, but I was a bus driver picking up conventions and things. And he paid tribute to General Keith Kellogg's. And he wants to make countries pay up, pony up, with fair share, whether it be in the United Nations or NATO. And he goes back to an example when he put pressure on when he was in office before. People wanted to know if they would if we would protect their country if Russia invaded. What do you think he told them? He told them what they should have told them. He said, not if you don't pony up. That's right. These countries have got money, and they should pay their fair share. So that's a good example, and it's fair. American taxpayers, we have our own bills. We got children to get to school. We have a house that's not finished. We have a house that needs to be repaired. We have medical bills. And the government, he said this before, government officials need to learn to respect your money, my money, and taxpayers' money. It's not there to be burnt, wasted, and I can't say it, I'm getting mad. He also mentioned Afghanistan. That was a debacle. Unfortunately, 13 of our finest soldiers were lost, and our hearts and prayers go out for them. But also, we lost all that military equipment. And, it's one thing if we lost it, if it had been destroyed in a flood, but this is being sold on the black market. And also, he mentions that the Apache helicopter is supposed to be the finest in the world, and I'm sure it is. But he sent that over. They sent that over, one to China, one to Russia, and the rest of our enemies. And there's a thing called reverse engineering. If you don't know how to build something, you can take it apart piece by piece, and you know how to build it. In America, if you maybe want to build something, you might change a few parts, and you can get a new patent. So basically, the way Biden did this, he just gave our enemies the blueprints how to duplicate any and everything that we made that we need. Also, I forgot to type this down. He's going to pass a law that essential products have to be produced in America. You think about that. Can you imagine if we were at war with, say, China, God forbid? And I like the Chinese people. I admire them. They built the Great Wall. They built our railroad, by most part. Inch a day sometimes before we. But anyway, supposing China's producing leukemia medicine and diabetic medicines and essentials in life. If we went to war with them, you think they're going to be selling to us? If you do, I got some land in Florida, I'll sell you. What I like about this, he didn't use the word "I" too much, and I understand he used it before because he wasn't a politician, and when he would go into a bank and try to sell them on a project, he would have to use the word, I did this, I did that. Yes, sir. No, sir. But he talked about the future. It is basically, I'm not sure if he said that, but I think his theme was, trust me, I'm looking forward. Promises made, promises kept in the last election. When I go back to being president in 2024, promises made today will be made when I take office, and some results will happen before I even get there. Let's see how much time we use. 10 minutes and 34 seconds. Didn't make two mistakes, I don't think. But anyway, I appreciate you joining me. I'd like to hear your opinion. And until next time, don't forget to keep the speed down. Keep a book in front of your children. Reading is probably the most important skill that they can ever learn. Appreciate life and have a good day. Thank you.